Testing, 1, 2, 3. This is a video showing how to set up the SkyRaider SLP for solar viewing. Right now everything is set to defaults. First thing I'm going to do is go in and check exposure. It's set to 94 milliseconds, gain 1. I will reduce the exposure time to the point where I start seeing surface detail. Okay, there's some surface detail there, but I'm going to require more tweaking once I make some other adjustments. Go into and do a white balance. Click on the white balance. And it's going to sample and do a white balance. That's good for now. Next thing to do would be I generally increase the contrast. As you can see, increasing the contrast brings out surface detail. Reduce the brightness a little bit. Reduce the saturation. Reduce the hue. You can play with gamma. I usually push the gamma to the right also. As you can see, more surface detail is starting to show up. We'll come back to you later. Let's check the histogram. Histogram right now, you could actually move the black point towards the histogram. So I'm going to move it over to maybe 25 to start, and I'm going to lower the white point maybe to 200 to start. Okay, so there's the histogram. And you want to keep your data in between the lines. You don't want to cut off the data. So there's an image. Let's try going back to color adjustments and red, green, blue. Maybe reduce the green, reduce the blue. I generally play with the sliders until I get the color that I want. You probably have to also reduce the saturation as you do that. Okay. Lots of little birds flying in front of the sun. You can change the gamma. Change contrast. Change brightness. All to fit. Let me go back to the dark field. No, I don't need dark field. I meant histogram. See where we are. Remove the red. I'm going to try to move the red. I'm going to increase the green. Decrease the blue. Just trying to get all of them to line up. That's the goal, is to get all of the colors pretty well to coincide. That's the hard part. It just takes playing with it to get the colors the way you want it. Increase the contrast. Lower gamma a little bit. It's getting better. Okay, let me move the sun the other way. I'm trying to figure out why it's cutting off on the bottom. Fit to height. There's a fit to height. Let me move it back up. Let me try focus a little bit. It's all in the tweaking of the settings. Up, the pressure tuner just bumped pressure. And you can see it did make a significant difference in the appearance. They say a half PSI doesn't make a difference. Maybe it doesn't make a difference visually, but it sure makes a difference when you're using a camera. Let me see if I can increase the exposure time from 17 and see if I can get some of the proms. So again, exposure and gain help tweak out proms. You gotta walk the line. I don't know if I can get. Let me see if I can play with this exposure on that prom. I have to tell you, there were much better proms yesterday. They've really settled down. And actually, I think what has happened is that the one major prom that was on the limb is now on the face. I'll cut back, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yesterday, this prom was right on the limb, and it was a very huge prom projecting up over the edge. Today, it's on the surface. Yeah, hopefully that'll be helpful.